Who says that a multinational conflict needs to be complicated? In fact, we can play out the Cold War with 13 cards in 13 minutes. This is Legendary Tactics.
Don't forget 13 cubes.
Oh yes, 13 cubes as well.
It seems
very
kind of
unlucky.
Very unlucky.
I'm
not so keen on that.
So this game takes a little bit to wrap your mind around what it's trying to do at the beginning. But I think you'll agree, if you haven't seen it already, that it's going to be kind of it's an interesting back and forth. There's a little more strategy here than you might expect from just a few handfuls of cards. So we are going to begin.
This is interesting because you've got Twilight Struggle as the really, really meaty version of this, and then you've got 13 Days, which plays in about 30 minutes to 45 minutes, and this one plays in 13 minutes. And though they seem to they're progressively easier, this one still has, I think, some depth that is surprising in the final playing of the last couple of cards. So
yeah,
see how it plays.
So yeah, so initially we bid a cube, which leaves the game. And we both bid one. So we both lose a cube. We have to repeat the bidding process because there was a tie. So what we do is we bid cubes, and then that person decides who goes first.
That's right. So okay, my bid is in.
I have submitted as well. Oh, so I bid one and you bid none. So
yes.
You've got a 1 cube advantage.
That's right.
I've only got 11 cubes to spread my influence.
But you decide who goes first.
Yes. Well, I guess I'm assuming that there must be an edge to the person that goes second. So I'm going to let you go first.
Something that's nice about the tabletop simulator version of the game is that we have this board to show whose sphere of influence it's in, whether it's neutral or not. So we'll get the Cuba card out on the board. It doesn't have the nice picture of Cuba nor the 2 points in this, but it serves the same function. So, okay, so I begin. Well, this isn't particularly useful, but I guess I'm just going to play. I'll play this card into my own sphere of influence. And I'm just going to play the cube, so we'll play that on the cube card. So yes,
you can play the card for the cubes at the top, or the event, and the DEFCON symbol has a certain color if you don't want 3 of them in your own area. Otherwise, you've triggered nuclear war, and
that's right.
You're in big trouble.
So, and every time you place a cube on a card, it brings it closer to your sphere of influence by 1 space. And if you remove a cube, it pushes it away from you. So you can actually push those DEFCON cards out if you're starting to risk too much influence in any part of the world.
Yeah, it's kind of a neat idea, actually. That
it is, yeah.
You're kind of withdrawing influence, and so it swings to the other side. So you can take that event.
Okay, so you have played my card, so I get to trigger this before you play your influence cube. So place up to 3 influence cubes on 2 battlegrounds where the USSR player currently has influence cubes. Well mitigated, well done. So I can't do anything because there's no options. So that was well played. So you get two cubes somewhere.
Yeah, we'll battle over Cuba, I think, here a little bit.
Sure, and you have to put them in the same place. So
same space.
That brings it back to middle.
Yep.
Excellent. And are you dealing a card? No, I'll deal a card to myself.
Oh.
Perfect. Ooh, okay.
Yeah, the events give you more flexibility, I think, in placing your cubes.
They do, or more dramatic results, too.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go with this card here. I'll place it in my my sphere of influence, and I'm going to trigger the event since it's a UN card. So move 1 battleground. I'll take. I assume I have to take it from your sphere. I can't take it from the middle. So I'm gonna move that card over.
Yes. Yeah.
Now, the reason we would want cards in our sphere is because that's a tiebreaker at the end of the game. So if we both have 2 cubes on it, then whoever sphere it's in wins the card.
Yeah.
These, the plus here, 1+ also means it's a military battleground. So whoever has more military battlegrounds at the end will get an added bonus.
Yes, you want to focus on the orange DEFCON.
That's right, but not too much. 3 of them will kill you. So
well, yeah, exactly. Because every time you play on them, it pulls them closer.
That's right.
So I played Wave and Smile.
Okay. In your area, so I get to trigger 2 influence cubes on up to 2 battlegrounds. Okay. So
and a battleground is any card that's currently in play. So as you're kind of creating your own map, basically, in this case. So.
All right. So Cuba's coming over to my territory. So Cuba's also a mystery because we don't know which.
Yes.
Which
and if it happens to be an
DEFCON
orange DEFCON, that may not be good for you.
That's
you
terrible.
You may not want it.
I'm flirting with disaster, but
yes.
no risk, no reward.
Yeah. So I'm gonna take those cubes and drop them on this guy here.
Oh wow, power play.
I'm wondering if I should go for Cuba again, but I don't know. We'll see. We're still fairly new at this game, so it's
Yeah, this is just our second game of it.
tough to know exactly what the best play is.
Okay. Looks up to 4 influence cubes. Oh, interesting. That could be good. Okay. Yeah, this is a good play for me. So I'm going to play this one in my own area. And I can, I can place it up to 4 battlegrounds. So that doesn't mean I can play 16 cubes since there's only 13 in the game, but I can just start to spread my seed around.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, you want to have as many of these under control as possible. And yeah, basically,
just
if
make
it's
you fight for them.
As you said, if it's in your sphere of influence and it's a tie, then you will break that tie. So
that's right. So I've just spread things out and made life difficult for you. The game plays really quickly. There's only 4 cards left in it. So
yeah, so we're just about done here.
And you want to be at this point, I think, strategizing towards the last card in hand, which is your aftermath card. If I play a Soviet card, that actually gives you cubes to score 1 extra point at the end of the game, and if I play a US card, that helps me.
Yeah, so this is my power play for Cuba right here.
Oh boy. Okay, so you can have a maximum of 5 cubes on a square, so you have tapped out on that one.
Yeah, I have, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, there we go.
So much dominance, you can't even stack it on there.
I have so much dominance here.
There
I'm
we go.
controlling the neutral zone.
Wow, okay. That is aggressive.
Yeah. But it's interesting how, you play the card and then it becomes part of the map and you have to think about,
So I'm going to place this one in your area so I don't trigger DEFCON. And I can play up to 3 influence cubes on a battleground. So I'm actually going to do that. I think I will hopefully secure Cuba with this. So we'll each have 5.
Oh, wow.
It's going to get fun. Except I'll move it towards me.
Yep.
This really isn't going to work, but I'm going to try anyways. Oh, yeah.
Nice.
So unless you have some kind of power, which I know that is an option in there. Some of the UN powers allow you to move one from one side of the board to the other, but I'll break the tie on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So I have 1 card left to play, and I believe you have 2 left to play. This is cool. It's funny because I've seen comparisons. This is called a microgame, and I've seen comparisons to Love Letter, but this is nothing like Love Letter. I mean,
yes.
beyond the fact that you have 2 cards in hand and you have to choose one of the 2, there's a lot more going on with this game.
Okay, I remove 4 Russian influence.
Oh, wow. Okay, nice.
And I can go on other battlegrounds. So
when you remove that, it stays where it is, right? That doesn't affect. It doesn't pull it towards you when you
I'm
remove.
not sure actually because it's an event. I'm not playing to remove them.
Right.
So
I think it would push it farther away from you anyways, rather than bringing it towards you. So
yes,
I
that's true.
think
Actually,
either
yes,
way,
that's true. Yeah.
it's maxed out there. Okay, that was an interesting maneuver. Cut your losses, eh?
Well, no,
One
I
of each color.
figured I'll get you to overcommit in Cuba,
Yes.
and that takes 5 cubes out of play. I do have to concede a victory point on it, but I get last move here. So
Yes,
we'll
you
see how
do.
this goes.
Okay. Well, this isn't great. Okay, so I'm going to place this one in the middle.
All right.
And you get to trigger that event. Place up to 2 influence cubes on up to 2 battlegrounds. The battlegrounds do not move towards the USSR sphere of influence.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And then I'll get 3 cubes, which is exactly what I have left. That's actually kind of helpful. Are you finished?
Yep. Please. Yep.
Yeah, okay. And, wow, okay. Interesting. I see what you might be up to, and I kind of like it. It's kind of awesome. And there's not much I can do there, except I don't want to give that up. But I really like it. Oh, gosh.
We shall see. We shall see.
Okay. Wow. Yeah, I think you've got me in a corner here. Well played. Man, I hate to do this, but I have to. I'm gonna remove. Oh, I have to do it. I'm removing
how
one.
could you?
Yeah, it's my only hope. So that was a complete waste for me, but at least I won't die.
Now, do you have to? Now you had 3 cubes there, didn't you?
You can choose if you want to remove any number of cubes.
Okay.
So, all right.
All right. Wonder why would you do that? That's,
Yeah, that was well played
such-
by you.
Such crazy. play.
Clever. I like how you spread it out too, so I couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't
That's
stop
exactly
you
what
on
I
one
was
or the
thinking.
other.
I've got the last play here, so I'm gonna go here. So that's your
Oh.
event. Sadly.
Right. Okay. You move your big red mitt.
Sorry.
Place up to 1 cube on a battleground and move that card 1 step towards or away from your own sphere of influence. Okay, but then you're gonna get 2 cubes after that.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there's no purples in the middle.
Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Huh. Man,
In
this
fact, it's
is-
probably Cuba that's way the heck over there.
all right. We'll just do this then. Okay.
All right.
That actually adds some nice flexibility, though. That I could, if there had been a purple there, I could have pushed it in and caused
Yeah.
you some grief.
Now I've only got the 1 cube available, right?
Yes.
So
It actually balances nicely. You just run out of cubes right at the end of the game.
well, I also it did make my bid more costly, right?
That's true.
that way.
Yeah.
So
Oh, you are dominating here.
yeah, I like my odds so
Okay.
far.
All right, we're ready to score.
Yep.
Okay, so we look at
Who
battlegrounds be
dominates?
dominated.
And I assume
So
these
let's do
empty
red.
cards because it's a tie.
It's on
I
your
minimize
side, so you get.
so-
That's right. So 1, 2, 3, 4,
5,
5,
6, 7,
7. Oh boy, yeah, you have crushed me. I get 1, 2 for Cuba. 3, 4. Yeah, I don't think there's any way for me to win unless you somehow triggered a war. Okay, so we do.
8. Who controls more battlegrounds?
Let's flip Cuba. Okay, so I've got one. Oh yeah, you've got 1, 2, 3. So you get an extra point there.
Yeah.
Then we play the aftermath.
Aftermath card. I don't know where we're supposed to play it.
Let's just read. Yeah, okay.
Here.
Sounds good. So I played 2 for you. You played 1 for me, so you get another point. And you played a purple.
Domination.
Oh, wait a second. Oh, you just blew yourself up.
No, I didn't.
You have 3
No,
purples.
they didn't match.
Don't you have 3 purple DEFCONs?
Oh, they matched. No way.
Oh, I was just about to delete uninstall this game, but it makes it so much sweeter that you just hit the big red button.
Oh, man.
Oh, you had it so well in hand, too.
Oh, that is shocking. Wow.
I'm a little surprised.
Yeah. That's
it was a nail biter,
you know,
though.
maybe I should have put that last card in the middle and just,
just to be
mitigate.
safe. Yes. Yeah, well, it is only our second game through, so I understand that you didn't quite catch that.
I was doing so well too.
Oh, you were doing amazing.
Wow.
You were controlling everything so much so that the whole world turned on you and said, "This guy's done."
This guy's
So
a jerk.
overall, you are a big fan of Twilight Struggle.
Yeah.
What are your feelings after an early playthrough of this game?
Well, to be honest, it feels a little. I don't know if it's so much Twilight Struggle. Like, obviously, the theme is kind of more along the lines of Twilight Struggle, but it almost feels a little bit more. I don't know. I almost feel like it's like 1960 Making of a President. It almost has that kind of feel to it.
Right? Yes, it does. Yeah.
But they're all kind of similar games, and they use the same influence kind of cards. So.
Do you feel that there's the same stressful decision making, or did it feel just like a very light variant?
I don't. Well, Twilight Struggle definitely is stressful to play. It's definitely something which is. It's not. It's not necessarily fun to play all the time, but it's so good that you keep coming back. This one feels, I think, because it's so short and light, and you're kind of maneuvering cards around. Like, I feel like it could have been, it's more just about the manipulation of the cards, I think. But it's not. I wouldn't say it's stressful per se. But there's more strategy here than you might think. Yeah. Like, if I had actually been smart, I would have played that. Seeing the card that I held back for the aftermath card, and seeing the, instead of going for that one victory point of having that last event.
Right.
In my own sphere of influence, I should have placed it in the neutral zone and nerfed that potential bad play. But again, it's only my second play. But I mean, as a non-Twilight Struggle player, what were your thoughts?
Well, personally, I find Twilight Struggle too stressful and too long. So, but this is the kind of game in my gaming circles we have an appetizer game where you throw it down, everybody kind of warms up, you play a quick game of this, and I like it for that reason. Or it's one you could even play like in a car ride or something, right? Where you don't have to put too much thought into it.
As long as it's not too bumpy.
Yeah. You got a couple of choices, right? It's pretty simple. And I do like tabletop, how it's got that board that shows the areas of influence. I think that's a nice aesthetic improvement. But,
I don't know if the cardboard version has that, do it?
No, you just play with imaginary spheres.
Oh, do you?
So,
interesting.
that's right.
Yeah, no, the board definitely adds a lot to that, for sure.
Agreed. But in comparing it to 13 Days, I mean, 13 Days is just a step more complex than this, but still very simple. So overall, I think a pretty solid game.
Yeah, it's a solid little game. Like, no complaints. It definitely fits that kind of warm-up game kind of niche, and you can literally play it in about 13 minutes. And I think it's a good little warm-up.
Just a quick reminder, too, that everybody at Legendary Tactics, except for me, loves blowing up the world in a nuclear holocaust.
Apparently.
So this has been Legendary Tactics. Please like and subscribe, and we'll keep the games coming. Thanks for your time.
Thanks so much for watching.